Are you guys ready for another Nick Cage B-movie extravaganza where he's fighting animatronic creatures in a Chuck E. Cheese-like setting? Because I know I am. Hello everyone, welcome to Lost in the Reel, and today we are going over the new Nicolas Cage-led film, Willy's Wonderland. And thanks so much to Screen Media for sending me a screener of this film so I could review it early for you guys. Willy's Wonderland is directed by Kevin Lewis and written by G.O. Parsons. It stars Nicolas Cage, Emily Tosta, and Beth Grant. A quiet drifter is tricked into a janitorial job at the now-condemned Willy's Wonderland. The mundane tasks suddenly become an all-out fight for survival against wave after wave of demonic animatronics. Fists fly, kicks land, titans clash, and only one side will make it out alive. This film is the definition of B-movie horror. It is definitely not the prettiest thing to look at, and you can also tell there were a lot of limitations with the budget. But you go into a movie like this not expecting fine art by any means. You're going in expecting to have a great time and see something absolutely ridiculous. And on those terms, Willy's Wonderland delivers. So I'm going to say this right now before I get any further into my review. This movie is ridiculous and bonkers and doesn't make a lick of sense. Literally, one of the main villains' names is Tex McAdoo. Yes, McAdoo. So if you are looking for anything other than that, don't watch this movie. It's just not made for you. The movie sets up the rules and restrictions and plotting very quickly, so we don't have a lot of exposition before we get to the action. And I think that works in this film's favor because obviously everyone came for Nick Cage fighting animatronic creatures, and we don't have to wait very long until we get that. So let's get started talking about the things that I loved about this movie. I was really impressed with the creature design as well as the costumes used for the creatures, and I'm really happy that the creators of the movie decided to go the practical effects route rather than use CGI, because if they did that, this could have been an all-out disaster. Rather, with the costumes of the creatures, it feels believable and the action is far more fluid. Also, the music and the score are so effective. It's really able to amplify the action and the horror in a way that you kind of start to overlook the budgetary constraints. And the Willy's Wonderland theme song is so chilling. It will literally just start creeping up on you and have you humming it. And I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but it works. Another thing that really caught me by surprise is how much thought has been put into the mythology and backstory of Willy's Wonderland itself. There's a whole history of what happened at this establishment and reasoning why these creatures are coming to life and wreaking havoc on this town. It just was a really nice surprise how ingenious and creative all of this played out and made me much more captivated in the story. And now, unfortunately, we have to get started on what I didn't like about the film. The first thing being is that the lead actress, Emily Tosta, who plays Liv, she's surrounded by a lot of other teenagers in the movie who are pretty much just playing textbook examples of horror film teenage tropes, but all of them are serviceable and they play their parts well. Emily Tosta, not so much. She's really wooden here, and I don't think she creates a very compelling character. And then, what is probably most tragic of all about this film is that you just don't know who Nick Cage's character is. There's absolutely no character development besides the fact that you know he's addicted to energy drinks and he loves to play pinball. That's it. And he doesn't speak at all in this movie. I just found myself craving those crazy Cage one-liners, and honestly, it just kind of made me sad. Besides those few qualms, I really did find myself having an absolute blast with this film. I found myself yearning to be in a movie theater with a bunch of gorehounds watching this movie at a midnight showing, and that means that it came here to do a job, and it did it right. So I'm going to be giving Willy's Wonderland 3 Willy the Weasels out of 5. This is the definition of B-movie horror. It's cheap, it's silly, it's ridiculous, and it is so much fun. The creators have really used everything at their disposal to create a world that you can really sink your teeth into. And I'm really curious to see how the Five Nights at Freddy's adaptation can top this one. Thank you so much, guys, for watching Lost in the Reel. We will see you soon.